Good evening and welcome to the 315th meeting of the New York Comics and Picture Story Symposium. This is a weekly lecture series on comics, illustration, animation, and the history of text image work. The series is sponsored in part by the Will and Ann Eisner Family Foundation. Our guest tonight is Fanny Grosjean. She's a French comic artist who spent 5 years at the École Européenne Supérieure de l'Image in Angoulême, France. And I think that's where I first saw her work, in some workshop there. In 2012, she published a book called The Circumference of Tales, Ulrich and Lena, the Extraterrestrials. And her other stories have been published by Les Machines, a small press publisher based in Toulouse, and Radio as Paper, another publisher based in Nantes. And you can find more of her work online at an aggregator of experimental comics called Le Grand Papier, and I'll post that in the chat so you can look up her more recent work. Her talk tonight is entitled About the Necessity to Have a Floppy Arm to Trace a Straight Line. So welcome, Fanny Grosjean.
Hi, everybody. I will begin by reading a story about Wadio, and I will show you that. Does it work? So
Yes,
do you
yes.
see the comments?
I see it.
Perfect. So it is in French, but I will read it in English. It's called frequency modulation. Music is a liquid. To listen it, pour in in a pot. Let it boil. The sound is in the vapor. At beginning, there wasn't radio. There was tapes and tape readers. Pavement light gray, clear functionment. Stop, forward, stop, play, stop, forward. Later, there was the radio alarm clock and its mysterious AM function. Music isn't a touch anymore, it's a frequency. To find the good frequency with an impressive cursor, the imprecision of the tool, it's important. The tool has its own purpose. So it's the name of the frequency, 90.4 accent 4. And now the second concerto for piano from Rachmaninoff, blah, 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 success, blah, 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 blah. It must be a special hour. It must have been 6 songs playing and still no advertisement. It's a shame that the classic music is so boring. Otherwise, I would listen this radio station more. Doesn't matter if I'm boring. I have to enjoy the more this musical moment without advertisements. Focus and listen. The radio is the noise coming from the out there. At this moment, I don't understand classic music. For my ears, it is as meaningful as a running water from an open tap. So another frequency, 106.8, top music. Oh, no, not this one. It's the final countdown. Radio Radio is an inside journey which doesn't bring me back what I wanted. If a good song, if there is a good song on, I get up. Show must go on. Oh no. Kiss. Oh no. So the beginning of this song, it's a sound of a glass broken. Oh. I'm sitting here in a boring room. It's just another rainy Sunday afternoon. I don't sing it because it's stuck in my mind after that. I'm wasting my time, I got nothing to do. Fanny, I come. Music is an inside journey which doesn't bring me back what I wanted. And now it's the last with Nostalgie, 95.8. Before the state of the apartment, before the owners coming, Chippy, Chouflouf. Oh, j'avais oublié ça. Bloody, c'est Bloody, non?
Où ça?
Foutu moisissure.
Oui, oui.
Bloody...
Mold.
Mold?
Mold.
Bloody Mold. So it's a song, French. Michel is pretty far away. What? Mother-in-law? Only 2 euros of a free condom bleu? Hello, darkness, my friend. A summer in an empty apartment without my stuff. Zic, zic. The radio river.
Alarm clock.
Radio alarm clock is the last to go. Detect a time a colorectal cancer is not bad. Talk with your doctor about it. Radio alarm clock is the last to go. Pretty after the illusion to be in my place. Warm smell of patty and baguettes and baba, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. So that was a frequency modulation, and it was in bento, in the free in a magazine, edited by Wadios Pepper and Pierre Moal. And so I'm going to use this story as a starting point. I consider drawing similar as radio. Drawing is a noise coming from the out there. And the act of drawing is an inside journey which doesn't bring me back what I wanted. So this is Bento. Yes, this is Noah Van Siever who made this cover. So I can show you doodles. Sorry. Drawing which tend to be aimful, I call it my work, and the aimless drawing is called doodling. Since I have a purpose to reach with my nib, for example, manage to draw an American suburbs in the 50s, I lose all joy and self-confidence. To talk about the body, my jaws clutch. Same for my shoulders. I make a knot with my knees. I bend my neck. My eyes target a little point on my paper. And there we go. I will try to trace a nose. And the house doesn't work. All my body is painful, but I don't notice it. And I will show you this house. Dans la maison, justement. Je ne vois pas. Est-ce qu'elle est cachée derrière? Ah, c'est bon. Do you see the comic with the house? Ah.
It hasn't opened yet. I just see the
Okay.
menu with the icons.
Ah, no, you just see the... Okay, sorry.
Yeah, now I see it.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So you see the first doodling?
Yes.
And after, when I try to do the page. And yes, this is the kind of drawing that is really painful for me. Not because this is a house and I'm used to draw characters, but really because this is a draw which is aimful. Yes, it's a draw that has a purpose. So I have to use a lot of trick to let things go. The tricks are to do something else which without links, like this kind of things. I just
those things here are coasters she does with bits of drawings that she sticks onto paper. Don't see it, don't know if, yeah. So this is kind of little things she does to sort of get away from the work and then to get back to work.
In fact, I do use this marbling paper. One of the tricks is to make the most mess possible on my little space, so I can't work anymore because there is no place anymore. But I'm peaceful, so. But the house is still not good. But yes, I like to just cut paper because when the draw is cut, it's a different draw. And I like to take a different medium, like the reed. J'ai oublié comment on disait plume déjà.
Nib.
Yes. Everything of my work I do is with nib. But je sais pas où elle est. Ah oui. Ah. Yes. Most people are used to see my draw with the nib, my drawing. But in fact, I prefer to draw with that. But this is really nice. There is a lot of black, and this is hard to do comics with it. So about this question of with the drawing, which is a pain when it has a purpose, I take a text of a Forest, Jean-Claude Forest, the one who drew Barbarella and Hypocrite in the 70s. Voilà. Okay, so here we go. Do you see Forest?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it was in the 70s, and what I didn't know, it was strip, in fact. I were to keep on, to go on, to keep on the stories, to keep the story going was just by strip. And so it was in an interview in the 80s about his 70s work by Christian Rosset. And what he said about writing and drawing, he really do a difference between writing a story and drawing. Writing a story doesn't really bother me. It is the exciting part of creating a story. We get excited about a synopsis. We write a small novel without worrying about style because it wants to be published. This question is really important. That's why I make fanzine. But when you tell yourself you'll have 80 pages to draw, 200 for me in 1 year, you'll need somehow the frivolity of youth to get going. And I find tiresome. It is physical and it bothers your nerves. Enjoyment is occasional. We get sporadically excited, but we don't really know why. Then it's really laborious. I think the wallet has a big part in it. If we weren't often bothered with financial issues, we will all draw a page a month. So to continue about forest, but to talk about myself, when I draw white, I'm not comfortable. I must fight the urge to get up from my chair and get out. And most of the time, I don't even fight that much. I can, in a 6-hour period, boil the kettle, draw, go to the opposite side of the street, go to toilets. Sometimes I even get up without a reason. And I just walk around my desk and I sit back down, slightly annoyed. And all these movements are apparently useless, but in fact, this is a part of the drawing. And there is a page of Bretéché, Claire Bretéché, that is talking about all this movement. Pourquoi ça paraît pas là? Je suis sur vous. Ah si. Est-ce que je suis là? Ça? Do you see Bretéché? No.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I was lost in a picture of my computer. So you see, oh. Sorry. Okay, that's right. So you see all the movements of the creation. I love this comic because this is exactly that. I don't smoke, but yes, I wash my clothes when I in my house. That's why I don't work in my house anymore. But yes, I do the same. I really do the same. Yes, I don't have this type of machine, but I would like to. Yes, it's exactly the same thing when you draw at your home. But when you're with, comment on dit atelier, tu t'en souviens? But when you are in studio, you can do another little, you can do plenty of other things that is not work at your comics too. So when I'm stuck with my drawing, I often think to monk that was copying a medieval image and text. It wasn't the same person who was making picture or writing all the text, but it was a lot of work, and it was a really slowly work. And one time in a book that was talking about colophon. Colophon is a little text at the end of a manuscript or of a book, and it talks about the time when the book was made, the place, and the monk was allowed to let a little text. They tell to readers what to do or not to do with the paper. For example, don't touch the text, please. Wash your hand. Or it was a more expressive text. And this one, I really like it. So it's a monk who wrote this. Dear reader, the one who doesn't know how to write sees it as a worthless work. 3 fingers write, but the whole body works. Writing breaks your back, bends your neck, and breaks all of your lines. And yeah, really this, I love this one. Like a sailor awaits a harbor for deliverance, the scribe awaits for the last verse or the last page. And I like to think about monk. C'est bien les monks. Hein? I like to think about medieval monk because it's not like when I compare myself with other comics, with other people who doing comics with comic artists, because I always feel really inferior. But I can compare myself with a monk, so I am peaceful with this idea. So that's why I look a lot at medieval art. And the point which interests me a lot in medieval art was the age in the manuscript, because it wasn't only the monk who was making picture, or maybe the scribe who was put text in their picture. It was the readers too. I will show you a picture, it will be more. Yes. Do you see the little rabbits?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is not a drawing in VH. Yes, this is this one. I don't know how is it in English, but it's little hand that readers, really, it's the reader who made it, the reader of the manuscript. Little hand that he drew just next a text. He wanted to point. No? No, justement. So this is not only the man that made picture or text, it was the reader that was put in the manuscript too. And I like all this kind of drawing. It was to point to some important part of the text. And so I often look at animals in medieval art. Honestly, I don't know why, but I think it has an important part in my work. Like this beautiful snail which attack a knight. And when medieval art doesn't work anymore, I'm looking art of Richard Thompson, and it works too. And there is this one that is talking about creation, but I'm supposed, you know, il est coincé par le... C'est bon. Okay. And really like of his talking about a problem of a creation of a story. He say usually ideas drop from the sky like balloons do at special moments during a political conversion. For myself, in fact, I think too cheap, but I try to say to come to another place. But balloons would be great too. No, they don't. Ideas are tiny, elusive things that more closely resemble an Higgs boson, only funnier. And yes, what he is saying at the end is, in fact, is the deadline that comes all the trouble. But because it won't be enough strong for me. In fact, I always said for me that this picture is not the definitive one, and so I'm able to draw. So, but it's the restriction of time that puts the story in shape, and that's all. I can show you other things of my work, but maybe do you want to ask a question?
Well, you could show us some more work.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
So after Ulrich and Lena, in fact, I didn't. Yes, I prefer to do fanzine and micro edition, small press. So yes, I will show you that. Ah oui, je vais montrer les lettres surtout. So to talk about the beginning of my work, really the beginning, it is that. So I do a lot of autobiographic stuff. I don't really want to do autobiography, but I can't. Yes, when it's hard for me to tell a story, always things to things that happened in the day or sooner. So it's letter that I send to friends. And so I think if there wasn't later that I send, it will be really harder to do comics for me. The later, it is for someone. And when I'm doing comics, I'm not sure if anybody would see it or read it. But the later always comes in the mailbox. And so this is comics in another bento. And in fact, this is things about my everyday. But it started with this kind of letters. It's this one is talking about the difficulty of to to walk with my children, just to go from a point to another. When I was all alone, I could go everywhere, and I was yes. I think that's why I didn't walk a lot since this late 10 years, because I was a lot of walking. But now I can't walk anymore because I have 2 kids with little legs, really little legs for the moment. But they like to draw, so after we manage to go to another point, yes, I can stuck there during yes a lot of times without nothing to do except drawing, maybe when I can draw. And so I can talk about the fact I really feel comment on dit enfermé? Locked? Locked in my city, locked in. And it was really before all the pandemic. And so I am dreaming about really long journey with just with my bicycle. But in fact, this is not so easy because even if they have still little legs, really little legs, in fact, they are pretty heavy. C'est bien heavy? They are pretty heavy now, both. But I really like this dwarf with a roof on my head, because this is really how I feel with this awful city that I can't live. And so it's another fanzine. It was Jérôme and myself that we tell about pregnancy and childbirth, but especially pregnancy. So tantrum it's a beautiful word because it's well for English too. So it's that pregnancy. Come on, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, alive. Don't know how to translate that. I want to eat. Oui, vas-y.
I'm just going to translate what this little monster says. It says, I'm sick of all this shit. I want to make myself drunk. I want to eat earth and suck on raw meat. Literally, that's pretty much the thinking of a pregnant woman.
And to hug you, there is a little something between us. Anxious, is that? The angst. So it's another page from L'autre, le gîte et le couvert. So to translate that was complicated. It's a French expression about hostess. So it's a lot of this story about plants. The day I wanted to be a library table. and my friend Liz, I lived with her during pregnancy. And also the little moment when I live with someone I doesn't know so much and about things we have to share, even if we don't want to share. But that is to live with someone in under the same roof. So it's another page about Liz and myself. Yes, a story of plans, of tears, and yes, it was she made a really beautiful paper mask of the monster of, je sais plus comment ça s'appelle, la bête du lagon bleu. Oh, it was a movie monster. So I don't know if I still have yes, I can do a show of other things for my work, or
Any questions or
yes.
comments from the audience? So when you say you think of yourself sometimes as a monk, that's the only way you can keep working. You know, what kind of economy do you imagine
Yes.
would be best for that situation? I mean, you know, I mean, would you give up your home and your children to really be a monk, to live in a kind of a cloistered situation?
Yes.
You would give everything up.
Yes.
Making, yeah, not, yeah. I don't know who's offering that, but what? So, what kind of economy do you think you would work better under?
In fact, I really don't know. I'm really stuck with this situation.
Yeah.
Our friends are doing another job, for example, teacher. But in fact, so they don't manage to keep on comics very well just next because to make teacher takes all them energy.
Yeah.
And for myself, in fact, in a long time, we comment, je sais comment dire, garde pour les enfants. We have to keep, no, to take after our children. We didn't have people to care about them. It's not a good way to say that. We didn't have a babysitter.
Oh.
Not babysitter, another kind of things, but nurse. No, not nurse. But also it takes a lot of time to have time because yes, 2 babies grows these last years. So now they both are in school.
Right.
It's the first year. Kindergarten? Ah, kindergarten. Sorry.
Right.
Fanny?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm in Australia.
Okay.
And I wanted to know if you have seen in Alison Bechdel's new book.
Yes.
Yeah, it has the picture of she and her wife together working like monks.
Okay.
They have the bald head, and they are passing the pages from one to another, like a scriptorium, like that
Yes.
monk. It's very beautiful, and a little one panel fantasy image of how they are producing the artwork. It's really touched. That image is, I think, a beautiful picture, but also what you're saying, yearning, or that interest,
Yes.
for that world is it's really. Do you make color pictures for comics as well, or just black and white?
In fact, my first book was in color, but now the color it's only for doodling. In fact, I enjoy to make color in my doodling, but like I'm doing fanzine, it have to be a cheap print, so it's black and white.
Yeah.
But what's more, I really like black and white for this comics I'm doing with an editor. I have to put gray, and already gray, it's too much, but it's an exercise. I take it as an exercise. So, and there were a lot of beautiful comics with gray, so. But I prefer black and white because I think to Locas maybe. Do you see Locas by Hernandez?
Oh,
Jamie Hernandez.
Hernandez, yeah.
So it's just black and white, and it's really everybody can read it really fast. I find this really incredible.
Yeah.
We are pretty far away than medieval art, but.
That makes me think there's also a history of humor that Eddie Campbell started to make maybe 10 years ago, maybe longer. And the first chapter, the first issue he's talking about how humor starts and where it comes from. And he has a few pages about those little figures in the margins. Yeah, sort of poking in, and yes, they are. They're so funny and light. I think these people. Were you saying before that someone else, like a reader, had drawn the finger in the mud?
Yes, it was readers, really readers, but there weren't so many readers who take a manuscript to study it. It was really people. Comment je peux dire, érudits? People who were doing studies, long studies. They have money, I suppose. They know how to read something.
Yeah.
They know Latin.
Yeah, people who could study the Bible at the time. There were just a few people that could do them. So a selected few.
So a selected few who can draw little hands in the age of manuscript that two people made hours and hours and hours
It was vandalism.
to finish.
It was vandalism. It was.
Maybe we're returning to that time where, only 10 people read books anyway. So the people who do
This is exactly that.
draw in them, sort of, it's like more interactive, there's more fun, you know, if you can say, yeah, this is a good point. This is
Yes,
stupid.
yes, this is actually how the fanzine works. This is exactly that. But, I don't know if they always know of to talk Latin, but
yeah, beautiful work, Fanny. Thank you so much for showing it. Yes, amazing. Is Bento still going? Is it still being produced, the magazine Bento?
Yeah, it's we've just done the 5th issue, and there should be a 6th one coming out for Angoulême in January.
Fantastic. Okay, I will find it.
Yeah, I could possibly just put the link in there if you would like.
Yeah, okay, that'd be really good, really helpful. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, in fact, the other artists I discovered this maybe the last years was Linda Bowie. So everybody, I suppose, know really very well. But in fact, I look a lot at work because I was doing class to talk about fanzine for people, workshop. In fact, I made one workshop with 2 people, just 2 people, and I have take with myself a lot of fanzine, but there were just 2, and I just talk and talk and talk. But I really like this work because, in fact, when I think about the world of picture, it's yes, it's a really that I got in my head. So I feel really happy when I saw that and less alone in a sort of way.
Yeah.
And so in one of these books there is this text I really like about drawing and writing. Linda Bowie wrote. No, not this one. Yes, this was. So this is Linda Bowie. There was a time when drawing and writing were not separated for you. In fact, our ability to write could only come from our willingness and disposition to draw. In the beginning of our writing and reading lives, we draw the letters of our name. The motion each requires do not become automatic as yet. There was a lot of variability of shape, order, and orientation. The letters were characters, and when certain characters got together in a certain order, they spell your name. And what I want to talk about this text is that when I trace a line, it's a story that is bigger than myself. And in fact, it's a really strong feeling that almost painful. So that's why I was a lot just outside with my feet, and now I'm just doodling again. But in fact, if I'm just doodling, I am stuck in a certain way of a draw. it's always if you look, it's always the same draw. Sorry. I would like to show you the doodle image again. C'est ça, non? Non, c'est là. Voilà. So I will come just. Yes, sir. I was pretty drunk when I draw that, but really this is really the kind of draw I'm doing really automatically, and I need constraint or comment on disait déjà stimulation. Stimulation from outside the stimulation to do something else, because I'm just doing characters and again characters and flowers and planes. So yes, it would be a really. I couldn't go further like that, I think. But yes, you see, it's always the same drawing. And even if I don't like very much the drawing of my comics, this is at least a drawing that try to change contrary to my doodling. Okay. So this doodling is less alive, but yes, at least it tells a story. And what's more, it's not my story. It's the story of by Lisa Lugrin and Clément Xavier, another comics artist, and it's the story of Frances Gabe. The woman who tried to make her house to wash itself. C'est pour arrêter là, non? Ouais. Voilà.
Any other questions?
Yes.
How do you, in retrospect, how do you feel about art school? Do you, or would you recommend for a young person to go to art school? I mean, the school you went to is specifically about comics, but a lot of maybe other art schools are not.
No, it wasn't especially for comics.
That's not what you studied, right?
Yes, I studied in Angoulême, but it wasn't especially for comics.
Oh, right. There's other stuff going on. You're right. You're right. I only think about the comics because it has that specialization there if you want to.
Yeah,
maybe in the master's program, right?
It's really important because an art school, it's for a lot of kind of things to do. And in fact, if I only if I didn't do other things than comics, yes, I would have missed something really important and funny. I think the things that always in my work from art school is when I want to put my drawing on a wall. So I will show you a picture again, but I can explain. So Here it is. Okay, this is when I show my work. So this is all this doodling with color. And this is in art school that I like to do things in the space. I didn't have so much time to do these things on the wall, but I think if I have more times, I'll really be happy, yes, to do draw in the space. Because I like all the organized mess. In fact, this is my life. And yes, of course, I would recommend art school to the people who don't know exactly what they like to do, what they want to do, because it's a place when you can learn a lot of things about yes, in books, but yes, there was a place to do photography or movies, or there were a computer, and there was a place where you could do lithography, serigraphy. There were a lot of things to do there, and a lot of different people. There was a lot of future artists who didn't know about comics and who didn't care about comics. And this is this mix between these two kind of people that was so important in this Angoulême Art School. I don't hear you.
I'm just asking if there are any other questions or comments. No. No.
Fanny, just one question is: do you want to do comics?
Oh, it's a good, a really good one. In fact, I begin to do 200 pages about Franz Gabus. So now I started. So now I will finished. I finished what I start. It's so I will do that. Yes, all of the years who is coming. And after, I don't know. I don't ask the question. In fact, money would be a great question, but I don't know if I can live up. I don't know if to. Yes, I don't know of to take this question.
Thank you.
But yes, to put drawing in the space, I would like to.
That's that's maybe what the drawings in the caves in Lascaux and places like that. It's putting drawings in a space. That's where it comes from. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't know if they had to pay rent for those spaces. Makes it kind of complicated. I mean, that brings in real estate. I think galleries bring in the whole question of whose space, who owns the space. So, a comic book is sort of on your shelf, and maybe you own it at that point. I mean, if you have a home to live in or a bookcase to put it on. But anyway, so thank you.
Point.
Yeah,
good point.
I know it's late in France. I don't want to keep Fanny up all into some, well, it's the next day already. So
yes,
thank you. If there are no other questions, You could let her go back to, we can call it an evening. Okay, thank you. That was great. Thank you.
Thank you, all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So have a good day, and for the French, have a good night.
Yep. Take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.